Hello and welcome everybody to my Caleb Williams prospect breakdown. Caleb Williams, a junior quarterback from USC, is simply a magician at the quarterback position. He can create a touchdown at any instance either with his legs or with his arm. He can torque his body to make insane throws, or he could evade multiple sacks, not only to get out of a bad situation, but to extend and create a big play. Williams was a 5-star recruit out of the DC area in 2021, where he was declared to Oklahoma. And his first glimpse of stardom was beating number 21 Texas in the Red River Showdown in 2021 after being given the start in the second half of the game. After Lincoln Riley took the USC job in 2022, Caleb followed suit, transferring to USC. And in 2022, Caleb Williams was the winner of the Heisman Trophy after throwing for 4,537 yards and having a total of 52 touchdowns, 42 passing and 10 rushing in 14 games. Not only did he win the Heisman in 2022, but he was a unanimous All-American, won the Walter Camp Award, won the Maxwell Award, and was named the 2022 AP College Football Player of the Year. Now in 2023, however, his numbers took a bit of a step back. In 12 games, Williams threw for 3,633 yards, had 30 touchdowns passing to 5 interceptions, and rushed for 11 touchdowns. He was still productive in 2023 though. However, USC was a bottom 10 total defense in the Power 5, where they finished 8-5 in 2023. And the alarming thing at USC was Caleb Williams' record against ranked teams. Williams was 0-4 against ranked opponents in 2023 and had a career record of 4-9 versus ranked opponents. But Williams comes out of the Mahomes style of quarterback play. Mahomes and Williams are both QBs who excel at using their legs to evade sacks, extend plays, and use crazy arm angles to make accurate throws, excel at throwing on the run, and using their arm strength to the best of their ability. Even with a smaller frame at 6'1", 215 pounds, Williams has great arm talent and can make some incredible throws. On the ground, Williams is an immediate threat. He uses short, quick strides to easily start and stop. He can even outrun most linebackers and even some corners. But it's also imperative to not give Williams time in the pocket. If Caleb has more than 4 seconds to throw, something is bound to go wrong for the defense. PFF gave Caleb Williams a 94.3 grade with a clean pocket, throwing for 22 touchdowns to only 1 interception. He has good accuracy, can throw with anticipation, he's great at reading defenses, and he's incredibly hard to stop in the red zone. However, if a defense is able to generate pressure, especially through the interior, Williams will have to force a throw or force a run, which can cause him to make a mistake. This is even supported by the numbers, with PFF giving Caleb a 41.6 grade when under pressure, and having an alarming 9.2% turnover-worthy play percentage. Caleb also has a habit of keeping the ball too long in the pocket. He'd rather create a big play than a short one to the sticks. Williams' footwork isn't as polished either. Sometimes he can be erratic in the pocket or miss time his drop to make a hasty throw. Now this does help Williams a lot as he can move easily in the pocket, however it does hurt his timing for structured throws. But fumbles also seem to be a problem with him too. He was accredited with 16 fumbles in 2023 per PFF. But without further ado, let's get into the film. Even when you have Caleb Williams locked down in the secondary and he can't make his first or second read, he's still going to keep the play alive in the pocket, moving around, and juking out this defender here. Crazy throw on 1 foot for the touchdown of Brandon Rice. Caleb Williams can make so much happen even if the play is broken. However, when he holds the ball too long, sometimes he doesn't trust himself. We have a wide open receiver here with him in his stance, in his drop back. If he made this throw, it definitely would have been a first down, but he doesn't trust himself, holds the ball too long, ends up throwing to Taj Washington. However, the gain goes for only around 2 or 3. Meanwhile, he gave up a first down by either not trusting himself or holding the ball just for too long. And here's just an easy deep throw on a fade route to number 16, Taj Washington, that just outruns each defender. Easy throw by Caleb Williams. One of the things that I think needs a little work at the NFL level with Caleb Williams is his footwork at some points. It can be his biggest strength, where him being on his toes and being more centered forward can help him evade a lot in the pocket and create extra plays. However, it can sometimes negate the structured plays that need to be made. Here, Caleb Williams, his feet are not set, throws off of his back foot, and airmails an easy slant route that's open in the middle of the field. But I mean, as I just say that, a few plays later, Caleb Williams is going to step up in the pocket facing pressure and throw off of his front foot for about 50 yards. That's the positive and negatives when it comes to his footwork. It's either he's going to get out of a bad play and create a huge one, or he's going to miss a structured throw. It just depends on how much leeway you're going to give Caleb Williams to do what he does. This play isn't so much about Caleb Williams' excellence. This is more about how fun the USC offense could be at some times. So this play is going to be a fake end around for Taj Washington to go on a deep route. Fakes the block, Zachariah Branch throws it back to Caleb Williams, and Taj Washington is just wide open for the end zone. Just a bit of a fun play from USC's offense. Now, it's undeniable to recognize that Caleb Williams can get himself out of a ton of bad situations with his athleticism and ability in the pocket. However, he can also put himself into a lot of terrible positions. Tupelo Fatui gets a strip sack on this exchange. But even if you think you've got Caleb Williams in a bad situation or you've got him dead to rights, he'll still find a way to get out of it, or he'll outrun you. On this example, Tupelo Fatui falls head over heels trying to stop Caleb Williams. Alright, here's some film against Notre Dame where Caleb Williams did have 3 interceptions. Here's an instance of Caleb Williams being affected by pressure and having to make a throw that he usually wouldn't. We're going to have 87 on a block and release out into the middle of the zone here, but 71 gets blown by off of his block, so Caleb Williams, faced with pressure, has to throw off of his back foot and makes a bad throw, overthrowing 87, and it ends up in an interception. Alright, so this play didn't actually end up in a touchdown. It was called back by a penalty. However, this is Caleb Williams on a read option, outrunning cornerbacks and safeties for a touchdown. When I talk about pressure also affecting Caleb Williams, this is a good example. So the cornerback number 20 is coming on a nickel blitz, and the running back doesn't pick it up as Caleb Williams has to step up in the pocket and throws basically in a double coverage and gets intercepted. A big gripe that I have with Caleb Williams is that sometimes he'll keep the ball for too long and will try to save a dead play, and it ends up hurting him. On this time, we get a bunch of interior pressure as the center loses his battle and nobody picks up the edge runner. Caleb Williams just trying to make something happen, throws it into double coverage instead of throwing it out of bounds, and the play ends in an interception. This is an instance where Caleb Williams really wants something to happen. This is the last play before the half ends, where USC and Utah are tied 14-14. Caleb Williams trying to figure out a deep ball, hitches once, hitches twice, hitches 3 times before running into a sack instead of taking the check down as he wants to go deep. Caleb Williams might run himself into a few sacks, however, he's going to run himself into a few touchdowns as well. This is going to be a quarterback designed play with the tackle as the lead block, and Caleb Williams is just going to juke out a whole lot of defenders and to score an easy touchdown. And I'm going to finish the film breakdown off on a no-look throw. Caleb makes the linebacker number 27 think he's going to throw to his right, but then throws above and behind him to his left. Just a fun little pass to end the breakdown off. My player comparison for Caleb Williams is going to be a mix between Kyler Murray and Patrick Mahomes. I can definitely see both comps. However, I slightly favor Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray was the #1 overall pick in 2019. He was the Heisman winner in 2018, and Caleb and Kyler share really similar playing styles. Both have great arm strength and good arm talent. Both have a really similar stride. It's short, quick, and choppy, which is really effective for starting and stopping. Both have a similar ability of evading pressure, and both struggle with interior pressure. However, the Patrick Mahomes comp I do really like. They both use unique arm angles to make difficult throws, and they both excel heavily at evading pressure and turning bad plays into good plays. However, Williams is a bit smaller, and I think he has less of arm strength. However, Kyler Murray and Patrick Mahomes are 2 great comps for a quarterback to have. Caleb Williams is my best quarterback prospect since Trevor Lawrence in 2021. So I gave Caleb Williams a 7.5 prospect grade, and he's currently my 2nd overall player on my 2024 big board, just behind Marvin Harrison Jr. I not only believe that Caleb Williams can be a Pro Bowl level quarterback, even an All-Pro, I also think he has the potential to be a top 10 quarterback within his career at some point. The conversation of Caleb Williams is whether he's generational or not. Here's my take on it. Do I think he's a generational prospect? Yes and no. Do I think he's the best prospect we've seen in the last 10 years at the quarterback position? Probably. It's only him or Trevor Lawrence that are in that conversation, really. I think he'll become an immediate impact for whoever team drafts him, probably the Bears. I think he's well worth the #1 overall pick. And even though we can look at his record versus ranked teams, we can look at some of his defined weaknesses, I think that just Caleb Williams has a ton of positives going his way. He had college dominance. I just don't see how you can just overlook everything that Caleb's done and not think he's worth the first. But that's going to do it for my prospect breakdown on Caleb Williams. Let me know your thoughts and views on him in the comments. Make sure you go read my full report on Caleb Williams on my Substack. Link is in the description. Also, make sure you go watch my Marvin Harrison Jr. prospect breakdown video. And of course, as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next video.